intro is too long. All right. This is Mark. That's Ryan. I should have it labeled underneath, though. We'll be more professional. But it should say The Other Brother. Now, he's got his own channel. So check out The Other Brother. And whenever you look for The Other Brother, you want to look for a truck. It's a truck with a nice Western background behind it. Is the proper Other Brother. But before
the original one.
There is another one, and it's spelled the same. I don't know how.
I think we set ours up at the same time.
And this is Ashley, Ryan's daughter's joining us tonight. But to get started here, oh boy, I had that piece of paper for the whole evening, right? With everything. This is how professional. But before I get going, I really want to point out that we need to do one thing. And you know what that is?
What's that?
Everybody needs to go up into the top. I think it's this corner, if I'm pointing correctly. Now, there's 3 dots at the top of your YouTube. You want to hit the 3 dots, pull down the screen, and go to speed. The speed will be normal. Set it to ×2.
Yeah.
Set it to ×2. You'll save half the time, and we sound, we're slow talkers. So if you do that, we'll sound absolutely normal. So that's just advice. People, save time. Don't listen to us as long as you have to. Cut it in half. That's how good we are.
That real quick, that picture of my truck.
Yes.
That was taken in Colorado at the Colorado River, and that rock beside it is bigger than the cab of my truck and half the trailer. But it don't look like it because where I was taking the picture. But it's a huge.
It looks
truck.
long. Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge.
Now, for crying out loud, this is in. Before we start the show, here it is. It's on the floor.
Karen must have not cleaned up.
So this is our first show. We're gonna hone this, and like I say, down the road, we're gonna be able to switch over to show you video clips of trending things that are going on, and make fun of them. Most of the time,
yeah.
We're just, it's so bizarre, all the stuff going on. If we're serious about it, everybody will go nuts. So we'd like to just step back, have 2 normal people's perspective of what's going on out there. And
stuff's happening so fast, it's really kind of hard to keep up with.
Yeah. We got, the Ukraine and COVID. Ryan, what happened to it? It's gone.
Where'd that go?
It doesn't fit the narrative anymore. And boy, they've just rushed that on. But
that's old news.
Yeah. So start at the top here. Kyrie Irving was in the news this week, NBA player. Now his situation is he cannot play in New York City because if you're an employee there and you're unvaccinated, you can't work. So he can't work, but they dropped all the mandates to be able to go to the game. So what was funny, the other night, he went to the game and sat courtside and watched his team play.
And he probably still got paid for it.
Well, I don't know how that works. But what I'm saying is it's just the liberal mind thinking. It makes no sense. It's like even
to them, it's perfect sense.
Even Durant is he's a very good player. Also, his teammate is like, "Come on, Mayor, change this idiocy. Let him play." And even players that are unvaccinated, since they don't work in New York, they can be a guest and play there. And that's been for a while now. People have been able to come there unvaccinated and play, and he has to sit there. He wasn't even allowed in the state, to come to work. So now he's allowed to go there and watch his team play and, wave at him and stuff. Makes no sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know if you want to interject anything into the wackiness going on out there with all the changes or not.
When you can walk into a restaurant, you got to have a mask on and then sit down and you can pull it off to eat. I guess that's still scared of food. I don't know.
Yeah. I think most of that, especially come like April or something like that, and a lot of this. Texas has been normal here for a long time. Oklahoma, we haven't had any restrict. Now, what's weird is like big businesses required their employees to wear the mask, even though they didn't have to wear a mask. And but as far as schools go and everything, and school employees and everything, since like
What's that?
Summertime.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw their name out there. Oceanian, that farm and ranch store. Oceanian, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
They got to sign up. If you are vaccinated, you can go in there unmasked. But if you're not, you got to wear a mask. Who gives them the right to ask if I'm vaccinated or not?
Yeah, and who's going to ask? I mean, I'm sure most of the employees are just like, whatever, we don't care anyways. And I always thought the plexiglass thing was funny too, because, you go in there and you can't talk to the person, so the employee and you both go to the other side of the plexiglass and like, hey, what's up? And then
I can't tell you how many times I take it and just move it out of the way.
Yeah.
I hit my hand trying to get in something like to the
Cashier.
Yeah, and they had it all the way up to the ceiling and all the way down, and that went my hand, and I scratched my arm.
Hey, we could have had money if I'd known about that. You were traumatized.
It was a scratch.
I'm glad about Oklahoma and Texas is the kids have been maskless for
a long time.
For a long time now. It's been in school for a long time now, because I truly think that people have missed a year or two of not being in person or wearing the mask. It's mentally screwed up our kids, and I'm sure.
How about all these toddlers seeing their mom and dad run around with a mask and they can't develop, facial recognition and
and the kids
it's more than just hearing their voice.
Yeah, and the kids aren't affected by it either. So so we got, and then I don't know. We can get over to Ukraine in a second. That's big in the news, and YouTube will love us for that.
They'll love it.
Yeah, but Biden blunders. It is nonstop. It's unbelievably how nobody in the mainstream media is talking about it. And if you see what I'm scrolling down below, I don't know if you can read that or not. It just says, "I don't believe a single thing the mainstream media says or my government." That's what's scrolling down below you. I think you agree, so I just put it up there.
Yeah.
But Biden's blunders, and did you see him? He had these kids and this violinist. Boy, she had a low cut, dress on, right?
Oh, I didn't see this.
Oh man! As soon as it was over, there's like a boy choir, right? And that female violinist was at the end. You know how he does that walk, like he's just like as soon as they stopped and they cleared, he went. He went right over to her and he started, leaning into her, and they were kissing. It was, and then then his wife had to come over and be like, "You can't do it.
Can't make it any more obvious."
Oh yeah, and again, we're just starting out, people. This is just the way we're starting this show. But I'll be able to go like this. We'll show you the clips in future shows. I'm just going down my high tech, list here.
It took us what, about 2 minutes to set this up to get to this point.
We're trained professionals.
Hey, don't say that.
What's that?
Say that. She said, "I thought it was more than that."
Just a little bit, but we'll get this honed in. This is all, like I say, a test run. So everybody just bear with us.
Something neat to start trying.
So let's get over to Ukraine. I've got my own opinions. YouTube, my opinions, that I think neither Putin is a good guy or or Ukraine is a good guy. I really honestly think both sides are bad. Unfortunately, Ukraine has been a money laundering pit, and it's just gotten even better. Now they're going to send them over $15 billion. And then the Congress people have already started investing. It shows up. They have to clear it. All these Congress people said they're investing in Raytheon and everything, like a couple days before they okayed the $15 billion to go. Amazing, isn't it? And so the money just goes over there. Then laundered back to all these Congress, people and their families and politicians. But so I just think it's a big money laundering thing, and there's things over there, some laboratories we're not allowed to talk about, but that's one of the first things he did was go over there and section them off. Now, people like Ashley's age, right over there, right? I should point this way. Ashley. And the Azov, people, you got to study this stuff. The Azov battalion is a big neo-Nazi battalion over there that they've allowed into the Guard because they're good, right? They fight good and everything. So they don't care that their whole beliefs are nationalism and not letting any immigration come into Ukraine. They want to stay whatever, nationalists, right? Which is all bad. That's what our government hates over here. We love immigration, especially legal immigration. Legal immigration is what built America. We love mix mashing all cultures and having them come over here. Guess what? The Ukrainians, they don't like that. So you think our government would be like, we don't like that, but they love this group now. But they have the Azov battalion have camps that they run for Ashley age kids, and up to through high school, and they learn all about their beliefs and how to fight. They do military training with kids to get them ready to fight the especially Russians, because the Russians are their biggest enemy. They don't like the Russians in their country that are living there, that speak Russian and are more Russian based. They hate them. They've been bombing them for the last, since 2014 or so. They've been trying to get them out of their country. So, again, the Ukrainians have been bombing themselves. So I'm not saying that Putin's a good guy. I think it's all big mob boss families that are, but he don't like the one world order. All our media said no, right? We hate Russia. We love Ukraine. Well, then that makes me want to find out why I should probably hate Ukraine also. So, and all the stars and everything, they're just all.
If they say we ought to love something, I gotta question it.
So that's why I've been doing my studying here. What's going on and why? You got to ask yourself. Just ask Putin. He just didn't go in there because he was like, today I feel like starting a war, so I'm just gonna wreak havoc. And no, he's doing it for a reason. You have to find out the reasons. Yeah. All right, so let's give them both.
Don't just trust the media.
Yeah, I don't. Like I say, my own opinions of what's going on over there. Boy, I talk a lot. Okay.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, let's see.
You keep freezing up.
That's tough. That's too bad for you. That's fine. Well, I'm fine. You're fine. So whatever is going back, your internet is messing up over there. So you're just gonna have to deal with it, Brian.
Okay.
Okay. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, it's probably all the same anyways. So you just nod your head like this.
I can make out what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Just keep nodding.
Okay, let's get back to some more mob boss families. You had the Cuomo. You had one Cuomo that, dad started, and then one brother got into politics, right? And the other one was on CNN. Yeah. Well, they're both gone now. And one Cuomo wants to sue, Chris Cuomo, that worked at CNN, wants to sue CNN $125 million. See, they start eating themselves. It's great. I love liberals. And did we talk about Leah Thomas yet? Just kicking butt, swimming?
Oh, she is, huh?
Man, she's just tearing it up. I mean, I'm so proud of her. She just kicked everybody's butt and took first place. So, liberals, they just love, it
was all fair.
It was all fair. And it's making women's swimming interesting again. I got to tell you, I got to love it. It's so bizarre and so uncalled for that they might get better ratings with, don't worry about all the women out there. Women, just sit back, let these transgenders just dominate, and it'll make your sport interesting again. Love you, liberals. It's just a great time and to be alive. All right. So, what about Laura Logan? Boy, I bet you know all about her.
Don't know who she is. I
Okay,
don't keep
well,
up with sports.
I know, no. This Laura Logan used to be on mainstream media. Worked for those 60-minute hit pieces that we
Yeah.
can all trust. Yeah. And then she went over to Fox News for a stint and stuff like that. Boy, she has a 10-minute interview, and I'll have to put it in the links down below. But she just let it loose on what she thinks is going on over in Ukraine. And she's a professional
Oh, I think I did hear that.
news
Yeah.
person. She just lit it up. And she's kind of good on the ice. she's
Yeah,
kind of
that
cute.
helps.
She's got to bring up transgender
that,
swimming, and boy, and I'm being fictitious. I think women should have their own sports. I just think I'm trying to be ironic here to not get in trouble
Yeah.
and just say I love it. It just makes so much sense.
It's all being acceptance about it.
Yeah, it's
Gotta accept it.
I don't know. I don't get. Yeah, go
Ain't
ahead.
it funny how they're training their kids to be like that, and our kids are being trained to all these transgender people, turning that. That's my opinion, but that's
I know.
kind of strange.
Yeah, I mean, it makes no sense because we know what's going on. They know what's going on. They fought for women's rights for all these years, and now men are dominating their sports. I hate to say it, but
But it's true.
he went through puberty as a man. He's got everything. He's got bigger, hands and muscles and everything, and he swims 10 times faster. And he was like ranked in the college like 400th. So he went from being the 400th best to just whooping up on the women. So you want it to happen, you liberals?
They happen.
You got what you want, and I'll pay attention now, just to, because you know that it's going to be a goon fest. Like the pictures of the winners, are going to be hilarious here in the future.
Yeah,
Okay,
about twice the size of them.
so we got Laura Logan. Russell Brand is another guy I like to get for my information. He's nowhere near conservative. And I thought whenever I saw his long hair and everything, I was like, oh, he's going to bash. And he was right down the center. Boy, he is really good, right?
Really?
And he gave information on both sides. So Russell Brand is now like kicking butt. He's got 5 million subscribers. People love him. And he's kind of given some information about those labs over in Ukraine, right? And he documents everything with facts out of articles. He always has it behind him, right? So it's not like he's a conspiracy guy or anything. And he's more liberal than he is conservative, but he likes just looking at the facts and going over it. And there's a lot of things we disagree with, but boy, I really like listening to him, and he's really good. But they're saying he's the new, who was the other podcast that's really, Joe Rogan. He's the new Joe Rogan. You can't trust him at all. He's a conspiracy guy. But if you ever listen to him, so now people are going to go watch him because they're going to wonder why. And he's just really, I highly recommend, subscribing to, he's still on YouTube for now, but he's really good. Boy, I have,
how much longer?
In my notes, I have, Rachel Levine. Oh my gosh. So here we go. Speaking of, Ashley's back. So let's get back to the transgender conversation here. Rachel Levine was, the Pennsylvania health inspector, but then he got hired on to Biden to be the health organization. He's the head of our health organization of the United States now. And I say he looks like she looks like who sings I Can't Drive 55? Oh, I can't drive. He's also with Van Halen for a while. Gosh, see,
I can't think of his name.
I know. I'll think of it as soon as it's over. Everybody knows who I'm talking about. I think he looks like him. So I don't mean to be to the singer, but they kind of look the same. And I'm being fictitious, but Yeah, she won Woman of the Year. We got the one woman kicking butt swimming. She got USA Today's Woman of the Year. So you women, again, us men are still better. I'm sorry to say. If it comes down to it, now the women of the year are men. So there you go. And I'm being fictitious. You women are just as equal, Ashley. Don't get on me. I'm just saying. It's all whacked. And you're losing out because of the liberalism out there. You're getting screwed.
When is this going to transfer over into Hustler?
Oh my gosh,
I hope not.
I'm trying to get kicked off of YouTube as soon as we get started here, Ryan. So,
we won't go there that quick. Edit that out.
But again, people are watching us at ×2, so we're up to 21. So that cuts it down to 10 minutes. Just over 10 minutes. Got to do the ×2. All right, and then if you do hand gestures like this, ×2.
You gonna do something?
Yeah, float around. You do stuff like this, ×2, it's much more impressive too. So we got that. I shouldn't say that. Don't let me say that in our show. We got that because I'll say that all the time. It's very irritating. Speaker of the House of Wisconsin. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go. Let's dive in. Speaker of the House of Wisconsin. Said not only was their voter, I'm going to try to not say that word. Or else
say that.
Yeah. But there was massive voter in Wisconsin.
Yes.
Now he says, now it's not my job to overturn the election, even though it's right here. See, look, we got so much proof that way more votes, but so that's okay, people. That's all right. Just we know that it was, taken from us, right? We know that.
You don't hear nothing from Arizona anymore.
Oh my God. Well,
and I think what it is they're gonna do everything all at once. That way there's no denying it.
Yeah, I think you're right. This summer is, I keep on saying this summer is a summer of truth. And you pointed it out to me of the Truth Social. If you turn the logo sideways, what is it?
It's a dripping faucet.
It's a dripping faucet. And all those people that don't like that certain letter 17, they said that it's, one of his posts was drip, 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 drip. And then they go and make a faucet for their Truth Social. So, boy, don't count out all.
I don't think so.
I don't know. There's a difference between that 17th letter and onons, right?
Yeah.
The onons are just people that are finding out the truth and posting about it.
They're digging.
And people
digging
get
for information.
People get that all backwards, like they're all just.
There's no such thing. Well, I can't say that. Never mind.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying is
you can't put them together. There's no such thing as putting them together.
Right. They're separate entities.
Separate deal.
And this guy just says some stuff, and then all these people look into facts about what's going on. Yeah, it's all code. That's good. If you don't know Ashley, we're going to remain on YouTube because we got to talk in code.
We missed that last part.
We got to, Ashley, if you don't understand, we're going to remain on YouTube. Okay, so we're doing a good job.
Yep. Got talking code around certain.
We're almost subjects. Done. I want to keep this under 30 minutes. New York Times came out today and admitted that Hunter Biden's laptop is Hunter Biden's laptop. It's not Russian disinformation. But guess what? We knew that, because, if you looked into it and the things that are on that laptop are not kid appropriate at all. And
I will give y'all some warning. Don't dig into it too much.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I did.
You'll get certain people looking at you.
Yeah, well.
Some 3-letter agents.
Well, it's very XXX, a lot of it. But, that came out at the beginning and it was kind of like available And then, they wanted to scrub all that stuff. So I was looking into it to see if it was true or not. And the videos were crazy. So, yeah, it's true. We knew that. We saw it. And all the emails saying all the business he did. But why now? Why now is New York Times covering their tracks? Because it has a lot of stuff on it. And I think it's so damaging.
They know they're caught.
It's part of the drip,
Yep.
But it's coming out now. New York Times knows, oh my gosh, they're going to start. Somebody probably told them, look, we're just going to start releasing this stuff as, we know it's factual. And they're like, okay, we'll come out and, admit it, right? The election's over, right? So, okay, well, that's all I got from my official. And I'll toss it to you. What do you got left in the last 4 minutes?
All this information, I've known about for a while, and it's been discouraging because it ain't coming out on mainstream media. Now what I know has been coming out. So that's encouraging because that means the next batch of dripping stuff, information is going to be coming out. So it's not looking good for them.
No. And I got to tell you, I watched one video on something I can't say because it'll probably get it kicked off of YouTube. But it was really good. And what it did was it showed Trump's move right after the election, and that night where he was this much ahead and then just got beat everywhere, right? And it happened all the same across a whole bunch of different states. They stopped the counting, of the things that we can't talk about. Well, after that, then look at who Trump put into certain military. He changed the defense guy and made.
I can't remember his name, but
yeah. And then they changed the way executive orders so these guys can go straight to that guy, right?
Yeah.
That are defense people instead of having to go through like Congress and them, so they hear it all and they know what there's going on. So he did a lot of things. My man Trump is not a dummy. And if he says something like they spied on me and they cheated on something, right? And we got them all, he doesn't just say that just to say that, just because he's upset that he lost. He said that because he's got it.
You look how he pronounces, if you have to edit this out, you can.
Okay.
But in his speeches, how he pronounced China, he pronounced it funny, right?
Yeah.
In Ukraine, there's a city that's pronounced that way. We thought he was talking about China, the country. He's talking about that city in Ukraine.
Where this...
I don't know where I was going with that.
Well, this thing that arose, that we think Ukraine has the labs, I'll call them, right? And guess what? Guess where most of all the pharmaceutical companies that have put out a vaccine have headquarters, and guess where? Ukraine, Kiev. Coincidence? I don't know. And my man Bill G, you open up the gates. Bill, you open up the gates, right? I haven't heard anything from him here in a little bit. His wife kind of came out and threw him under the bus, but I haven't heard so much from Bill.
Big time.
Bill, Fauci's kind of gone. Things are coming out.
Yep. And
remember, we're 2 times speed, so you're safe. People watch it at 2 times speed.
Al, I guess I can say his name. Al Gore. Where's he at?
Yeah, my gosh. And again, all these players, they got so much going on. There's so much panic that they can't even throw out their global warming card right now. They can't even fit it in right now. They're like, geez, we'll just that's in their pocket, and that'll come out here in a little bit. And, oh my gosh, then we haven't even talked about, oil independency and all that good stuff. We'll save that for another show. We're right at 30 minutes, so let's cut it, Ryan. Thanks for doing the show with me. Now, again, everybody sign up for the other brother because we're going to bounce.
I'd appreciate it.
We'll bounce back and forth. I talked and rambled this one, and Ryan threw in his 2 cents. Whenever he hosts it, he's going to have his videos and stuff, and I'll just sit back and then give my 2 cents, and I won't yap as much as I do on this show, on my show.
I'm surprised you got any words in.
Oh yeah, it's like I'm so shy and I don't like to talk at all. So next time, you look so tired after talking so much that I will try to talk more.
I know how Deb feels now.
Just sit there like Mark.
She just got to carry the weight around.
It's like, come on, Mark, let me sneak my 2 cents in. But this is a test run. No videos right now, but we're going to add in funny videos, and we're just going to mock the crap out of some good old liberals and stuff as we go along. If that's what you want to do, Ryan. On my show, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's fine.
Whatever you want to do on your side.
That's fine with me.
But we'll just make some fun and have a good old time. So that's 2 old people's perspective. And Ashley, that I don't know, you let her in on the show, so all this stuff she had to hear. Hopefully it doesn't twist her brain up.
You want to add anything?
Yeah, what do you got? School going good?
Put you on the spot.
It's just fun being at school.
There's tens of people.
Yeah.
There's tens and tens of people counting on you to say something right now. Don't break a pen in your hand.
Well,
that wasn't it.
Well,
I don't know how it exploded.
Go back to doing kid stuff and having fun.
That's right.
All right.
Quit worrying about what's going on
in the world.
In the world.
Leave that up to us old people. Like whenever I was young, I didn't know all this stuff was going on. And then the more you know,
I didn't
the more it's okay. But it was better kind of just to be going through life, not worrying about all this. You be young, have fun, and stay out of this stuff.
I hated politics, so I started driving a truck, and I got tired of listening to music, so I turned it on and started out with Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
I like politics now.
Boy, I remember back whenever I first got out of the military, I had to commute pretty far for work, like 40 minutes or 50 minutes or so. So, Rush was huge back then. Oh my gosh. And then 1994, I started listening to Rush, and I'm like, yeah, he's right. And then I was like, started waking me up.
One of his sayings was his talents on loan from God. And it kind of made me mad when I first heard that. But if you think about what he's actually saying, he's right.
Yeah. He was given
God
talent.
gave him his talent.
Man, and he's been, you look back on all that, and I agree with everything, he didn't trust the government back then, and boy, it's gotten 10 times worse. So, all right. Yeah. Well, let's wrap it up. Thanks, everybody. Again, the other brother with the truck.
With the truck and the big rock.
And the big rock behind him. Go subscribe, because we'll be bouncing shows from one to another with this. What are we going to call it? Mark and Ryan? I don't know. We haven't gotten that train wreck. Yeah. Ooh. And well, that could, because we like Trainwreck USA, the band that sings song. What is it? It's the Make America Great Again.
Yeah.
Trainwreck USA is let us use them on the opener for Two Old People on a Couch, and that's been our opener song over there forever. But
I didn't know that was the name of there.
Well, right, it's only up on the screen. in their
Yeah,
name.
but-
It's too small for you to read it. Yeah, probably because you're watching it
Yeah,
on your
'cause
phone.
I'm on my phone.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do it
yeah,
on my
yeah,
phone.
yeah. But it's Trainwreck USA. Go over, tell them Grumpy Grandpa Patriot Show sent you over, and Ryan, the other brother, sent you over. And that's a good song, so go check that out too. And I'll try to link the Laura Logan interview down. If anybody's still here, I'll link it down below. It's 10 minutes long, well worth the listen, because obviously she could say the things that we're probably not because she's professional. I don't know, but it's up there on YouTube still, so I'll go let you check it out. All right. And like I say at the ending of all my shows, please be kind and rewind.